Good morning. Eli Bruton, owner of Liberty Tree Guns here. I wanted to make a video to personally invite you to an event that we're having this Saturday, which is the 4 States Regional Gun Swap. But more than that, I wanted to take a minute to explain the significance of this event and also announce we have a lot of new developments and things related to Liberty Tree Guns. I'm in my 11th year of owning Liberty Tree Guns, and there's just some things that I want to communicate directly to you. So I'm going to be doing that more. But let me explain what the gun swap is and why it matters. The gun swap is a free event where citizens can come in and buy, sell, and trade privately with one another their firearms and related items. This is something that we've done frequently over the years. Every time we make a big announcement with it, one of our local competitors calls the ATF. The ATF calls me, kind of vaguely threatens that I can't do it. And obviously that's very scary to have the feds call and do that. So I always politely ask them to cite what law it violates, and we circle back around to the fact that it's perfectly legal for citizens to buy, sell, and trade their own firearms that they legally own. They do have a duty to comply with the law, and there are some things you need to know. You can't transfer firearms across state lines without a licensee. But our event is not a gun show. If you've gone to gun shows, you've heard about gun shows, the feedback we hear most of the time is that there's a lot of overpriced dealers. And the only thing good there were the individuals, private citizens, walking around with something that they wanted to buy or sell. So if you know the history of my company, you may know that I'm in this business because it's something I care about. The gun industry is not an easy way to make money, but it's something that I think is important. If we don't exercise this tradition of private gun ownership, culturally, economically, and of course constitutionally, it's something that'll go away. And it is my belief that those that wish this to not be a right understand that they're not going to kill this by traditional legal restrictions, because it's been struck down time and time again. And so what they understand is they can kill this culturally. Years ago, if you had a firearm that you wanted to sell, let's just say your teenager had a youth deer rifle, they've outgrown it, they'd like to sell it and put that money towards something that fits them now that they're older. You could go on Facebook, right? Make a post that you have this for sale. You could connect with a local buyer and meet up, do a handwritten bill of sale. If you choose to, that's not a requirement, but it is good practice. And sell that and not have to go through a dealer. There was a huge crackdown where they're suspending accounts, restricting any content that involved guns at all, but especially if they involve the private sale of firearms. And a lot of people in the industry and dealers thought, oh, this is great. Now this is going to force people to go through us because they can't reach buyers as easily on their own. I totally disagree with that from an ideological standpoint. My business is named Liberty Tree Guns because the Liberty Tree, the original Liberty Tree, which was a huge elm tree at Essex and Orange in Boston during the American Revolution, That was a meeting place for people who believed in a certain thing. So my business from its inception has been built on a belief, with all of the logistics and the economics being secondary to that and in service to that. So we pivoted the other way. We decided we can provide a room. We don't get involved in these transactions unless you want to do a transfer across state lines. We don't police your transactions. We don't record your transactions. You are legally required to follow the law, which means if someone tells you, hey, I'm not really supposed to be buying guns, but I came here to do it anyway, don't sell to that person. There's a whole list, we'll post them, of laws that are obvious ones that you need to be aware of. But it is your responsibility to know what they are. But that being said, it's perfectly legal for you to take a few boxes of ammo that you no longer plan to use, or an old firearm that you'd like to sell or trade. So this Saturday at Liberty Tree Guns, 530 West Fur Road in Carthage, across the street from Lowe's, we have a free event that is designed to keep this pastime, this tradition of gun ownership alive amongst private citizens. This is a free public service event that we host. We don't charge, we don't monetize this. We do like that it's an opportunity for you to come see the things that we're doing. A lot of new things rolling out with Liberty Tree, so I'll be communicating those to you more, but they're all centered around the fact that this tradition is losing ground, not through legal friction, but through dying culturally. A lot of what we see about guns in the news is all of the worst examples and uses of firearms. Meanwhile, millions of people are using firearms in positive ways, in traditional ways, for things that are wholesome, for things that are very American. And we've lost the ability to share that in the way that most things are shared. You can get on social media and find a group of people that have taken any special interest. I laugh at some of the things that I now have Facebook groups that I can join. It'll teach me everything from gardening to boating to anything you can imagine, but we are not allowed to share many aspects of this super important tradition on the platforms that modern life and cultural things are spread and communicated on. So we have to not just cower down and accept that this is true, but find alternatives. This is an event that you can use to not only buy and sell among people who agree with this concept, but also to meet and connect with people who believe in this sort of thing. So, oh sorry.
Okay, on your right.
Sorry. Yeah. Oh man, about got run over by a bicycle. That's my fault. Talking and walking. Anyway, hope to see you there. Hope to share more of these. This video got a little bit long, but I wanted to give the background of why this matters and what you can do when you're there. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And we'll see you this Saturday at the 4 States Regional